Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Champ Wraps patented gel hand wraps. So stay tuned. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm excited to bring you guys a review of these Champ Wraps patented gel hand wraps. Now, Champ Wraps is a company founded by Hector Lombard, who is a mixed martial arts pro fighter who's fought for organizations like Bellator, based out of Florida. And the whole premise behind this particular hand wrap is it kind of combines three components into it, which I'll kind of get into detail here in a second. But first is going to be the most notable. It's going to be about 1/4 inch of gel padding, which goes over your knuckles. You do have these little finger loops, so this is kind of the patented part of the actual hand wrap, is that they integrate these little finger loops that goes over your, or should I say your fingers go in to the loops obviously, and that's what kind of keeps this gel pad secure over your knuckles. And then the actual wrap itself is pretty much your standard cotton elastic wrap that you find in the vast majority of hand wraps. There's nothing special there. The actual length of this entire hand wrap from top to bottom, so from this end of the gel pad all the way to where the tip of the Velcro ends, is 100 inches. So it's definitely shorter in length than your standard 180 inch Mexican or 200 inch Mexican style hand wrap. And the reason for that being is because they don't expect for you to go in between your fingers like you would on a traditional hand wrap, because you have this gel padding that's supposed to be a supplement to that. Now there's a couple things I do like about this, and there's kind of one thing I really don't like, which I'll go into, but let's go ahead and start wrapping our hands up to show you guys how this works. Obviously it comes with 2 wraps to show you what it includes. So I have this wrap here. This is going to be for the right hand that you see here. It comes nicely packaged with this little see-through mesh bag with the drawstring right there. It's really nice that this mesh bag is open, that way it allows the hand wraps to air out. You do have this Champ Wraps tag on the inside. And then pulling it out, I have the other wrap. Obviously this is going to be for the left hand, but for the sake of this video, I'll just wrap one hand. It came with the actual Champ Wraps gel wrap little carrying case. I got mine in small and medium. You can also get it in large, extra large. I'm assuming the big difference there maybe be the gel padding or the length of the actual wrap. And then it has, lastly, an actual like a little instruction card that just kind of tells you how to do it. Insert fingers, wrap shorter end around wrist, wrap long end around thumb, hand and wrist, and finished. So it kind of just shows you a quick overview. I'm pretty sure if you wrap your hand before it's going to be really easy to figure that out. So there you have it. That's what everything it came with. So I'm going to go ahead and just wrap my right hand and show you how this essentially works. So you put your fingers through the little loops right there, just like so. So now it positions that gel padding right over your knuckles. And then from here, you go ahead and secure the gel padding by going over once. And then essentially just wrapping your hands like you typically would. Obviously, when you wrap your hands, you want to start from the inside and work outwards when you wrap. That way, when you do your thumb, it pulls your thumb into your hand, not outwards. So just wrapping your hands as you typically would, go around the wrist, go around the thumb, go back around the hand again. Now I'm kind of crisscrossing over to that outside corner of my hand, going over the knuckles. Now you have that gel padding. Keep in mind that you don't have to put a lot of the wrap over the knuckles, because that's the whole point of having that gel pad there, is to give you that shock absorption. And obviously, because this wrap is only 100 inches, you're not supposed to actually go in between the fingers with these. So I'm just kind of going over, around like I typically would. It's kind of like you're doing the finishing portion of wrapping your hands when you're doing that. Wrapping the thumb, obviously, like I typically would, and then just finishing it off on the wrist. So essentially, it's pretty much the same as wrapping your hands with a standard hand wrap. The main difference is obviously you have an integrated gel pad here, and you don't go in between the fingers. Now, the big drawback I found is the metacarpal protection. Now, typically when you have longer hand wraps, you usually go and you crisscross in between your fingers. And what that crisscrossing motion does, and the pulling, what that does is help lock in your metacarpal bones from moving, not just from the actual shock of getting punched, but just kind of moving and jiggling around on the inside. So when you make contact, or maybe if you hit it at a wrong angle, maybe you hit their pelvis or you hit a bone, what that essentially does is the wraps going in between the fingers allows the bones to kind of stay where they're at. It's almost like a cast. With the little finger loops that you see here, it gives you the sensation, it gives you the feeling like you have something in between your fingers, which is nice, but it really doesn't do anything. It just kind of keeps the gel pad in place, more or less. It doesn't really pull, or it doesn't offer any really protection for the metacarpal bones other than just going around your fingers and holding the gel pad into place. I do like that they integrated the gel pad. That's really cool. But I think the drawback to me would be the going in between the fingers and getting that necessary metacarpal protection that you need. And I just think that if you do have a pair of hand wraps already, which you can get anywhere from like $5 to $10, just depending on the brand and where you get it from. Some of you guys might have a knuckle pad already from like Ringside, or you have the winning NG2 knuckle pads. I just don't think for $20, which is the cost of these for $19.99, I think they're a good supplement, but I wouldn't replace my hand wraps with these, especially since I already have standard hand wraps and I'm essentially doing the same thing, especially if I have a knuckle pad. I just think if they were able to figure out a way, or even just make this 180 inches so that you can go between the fingers still, and you still get the security of keeping the gel pad in place with these little finger loops, then I would feel that it's a lot more comfortable, and I would feel like I have a lot more security and protection over the metacarpal bones in my knuckles. So to me, that's kind of the catch with these. I think they should have lengthened the length of the actual hand wraps to a standard at minimum of 180 inches. That way you can at least go between the fingers, because without that, I feel like that's a missing component of these hand wraps. So again, $19.99, the price isn't too bad, all things considered, that you get a gel pad that's integrated and that has a little finger loops, which keeps it in place. I do like that, because with some other gel pads, if it doesn't have a sleeve to slip over your knuckles, then you kind of have to hold it in place with your hand as you wrap it. So I do like that they integrated that. I just feel that they could have offered a longer wrap to give yourself the protection in between the fingers. So hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box, or we can find these champ wraps, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.